What's up, yo? So I want to do this quick video, just a few pointers on how you get to Sosua and also things you could do when you get there. So I just came back about a week ago, and I posted a couple of videos and I've had a couple of questions, and I was like, let me just do a whole video and just talk a little bit about just a few tips that may help you navigate your way to Sosua. So first off, going to Sosua. So you got two options to get there. You could fly to Santiago or you can fly to Puerto Plata. Now, the difference is Puerto Plata is about a 15-20 minute ride from there to Sosua. So that's easy. That's pretty much what most people do. Or you can fly to Santiago, which I've done both. And that one is about close to 2 hours to get back to get into Sosua. So either way, I mean, you get there eventually. Just that now, one thing you got to factor in when you fly to Santiago, your ticket is going to be cheap because it's a long distance from Sosua. Whereas if you fly to Puerto Plata, I mean, you talk about like a $300-$400 difference, sometimes even more. So, but you got to factor in the Uber cost. It's almost like $100. Whereas if you fly to Puerto Plata, which is closer, 15-20 minutes, you can just pay about $25 Uber ride. From Santiago, your Uber ride is going to cost you, like I said, probably close to $100. Because let's say sometimes they charge about $90 plus tip, it's about $100. So yeah, that's just factor that in when you're trying to save some money and fly over there. But I did both. Just to get the experience and be able to talk about it. It wasn't as bad. It was a 2 hour ride again. It's when you get out there, you're anxious. You want to get to your hotel, so you kind of like just hate sitting in a car for about almost 2 hours. But I made it to my hotel safe, and so the only thing is I'll give you another thing, right? So what happened is most of these countries Uber is not legal, right? So when you call Uber, like in America, it tells you where the money is coming from. Like when they take it out of your account, it tells you it's from San Francisco or something like that. The Ubers international, most of them got different countries they're coming from. Like the one in DR pretty much says it's coming from Amsterdam or something like that. So that's where the person is, they're removing the money from the bank transaction. So just factor that in. But one of the tricks they do is, and a cab driver warned me at the airport when I was trying to call Uber. He's like, when the Uber guy is gonna come, and basically he's gonna tell you, oh, that was a mistake. The price they charge you over there. He's gonna cancel the ride and ask you to pay him more money, which is true because my initial Uber request said the ride was gonna be about $56. When the Uber guy showed up, I got in the car. He literally turned around the airport and goes, oh, that was a mistake. So I'm gonna cancel the ride and you're just gonna pay me cash. Exactly what the taxi driver told me. I should have listened to him. So I ended up, I was already in the car. I didn't want to deal with it. So I just went, okay, cool. And he took me. It cost me about 95 in total because it was like about 85. But he was cool. I mean, he got me a drink. He got me a beer while we were going. He stopped by somewhere and got me a beer. So just because of that, I decided, okay, you know what? I'll just go with him. But anyway, so just be mindful of something like that. That's something I think I've heard about that in other places, but you're gonna experience that in Santiago for the most part. Because if it's in Puerto Plata, which is closer, you don't need to do an Uber. You could just take a taxi, $25, you're right there. But anyway, yeah. So that was a little bit of a trick that I had to learn. So I'm just trying to share that information with you guys. Also, again, when you get there, again, like I said, 15 minutes ride from Puerto Plata, 15-20 minutes, or 2 hours from Santiago. Maybe a little less, but close to that anyway. And when you get there, now, Sosua is a very small town. It's not that big. It's big enough to, you be able to have fun. I mean, they have excursion you can do like outside, a little bit outside of the city, but the town itself is not that big. And for the most part, I've stayed in two hotels when I've been. I stayed at New Garden, which is a very famous hotel that everybody knows about. It's like right in the middle of the strip. And I've also stayed at Casa Valeria. It's just another hotel that's like right on the strip. It's actually right next to New Garden. Both hotels are great. Now, most people end up staying at New Garden because New Garden's more open, more free because people can go in and out. And if you're there to meet, women, young ladies, they are right outside every single day, trying to get your attention. So most people that go there for that kind of, fun, it's easier. So, but I enjoy staying at Casa Valeria better because the rooms are nicer, they're cleaner. Don't get me wrong. I have videos of both hotels, so you can check that out also. But both hotels were great. But I'd rather stay at Casa Valeria because the room is nice. And the same. It's security is good. It's good on both sides. Like New Garden has armed security, even overnight, and they check people. If somebody come to visit you, they'll take your ID, keep the person's ID until they leave to make sure that you're good, and you have to walk them to the front desk for them to get the ID and leave. So just remember that. In Casa Valeria, they have the same thing, but I think New Garden has a little bit more security, in my opinion, than Casa Valeria. But yeah, so just think about that. But both of them are safe. The area itself, be honest with you, is not bad. I mean, everywhere you go, you got to be mindful and watch your surroundings. But for the most part, it's a decent place. I mean, I've never seen any drama. I've never heard of anything crazy happening. And I'm sure they've probably did in the past or some of the times, when I'm not there. But for the most part, this one place, you see a lot of black people in one place and there's no drama. Nobody's fighting. Everybody's just having a good time. Now, when you're in Sosua, this, again, when you stay at New Garden or Casa Valeria, one of those places around there, everything is right there. The bars, the restaurant, it's all right there. So you don't have to go far. You can walk out of the hotel and just walk 2 seconds over there, 2 seconds over there, and you're right, in the middle of everything. The only place you really got to take a taxi to go to is for the most part, is the casino. The casino, they have a nightclub there called the Latin Club, which they actually call Playa Chica, name of the casino, I guess. But yeah, you just get, it's a little bit of a distance. Not that far, but you don't want to walk there, especially at night. But yeah, so for the most part, staying in those two hotels, you'll be perfectly fine, and you'll have a great time. Again, it's really, really, really small. It's not that big. So you're not going to need to go a lot of places. Within that short distance, there's like so many places you could go and just have a great time. The hotels are reasonable. Like Casa Valeria, when I stayed there, my rooms were about $62 a night, and New Garden were about $55 a night. So, and those prices are very consistent for the most part. But sometimes there are times when Casa Valeria go a little higher. I've seen them. If you book them last minute, they might go all the way to $100. So just be mindful of that. You book early, you're probably gonna get it for about 60 something dollars or something like that. So, but again, it's my point is just to do this video is to just be be aware of where you're going and how things work. Now again, like I said, there are women everywhere. So every party you look and everywhere around the strip, every restaurant, bars, they're just hanging around out in the street. So if you go there for that, you're not gonna. That's the easier thing to do over there is meet women. Not everybody go there for that. Some people go there because you just want to chill and just want to hang out. But if you go there, you want to meet women. I mean, there's plenty. But the way you start your day typically in that area, and if you stay around that area, it's easier. It's basically you wake up in the morning, you eat breakfast. Both hotels offer free breakfast in the morning, so that's good, and the breakfasts are good. You might have to pay for like the if you have some water or whatever it is, but if you got like typically the meal comes with like a coffee or orange juice and you're good. But yeah, if you want to just go by that, I think don't spend too much money. I think those hotels would be great. But like I said, there's a lot more to just the nightlife. So basically, you get up in the evening. Let's say before you go out, the first place you go to a place called Rumba. It's kind of like a sport bar, but it's kind of big. It's open, and you go in there, and as you can see this video right here, it's a lot of women just hanging out in there, and a lot of guys just hanging out, drinking, smoking cigar and stuff like that. So yeah, it's fun time. You there sometimes from like 9 or 10. We go there like around 10:30. You stay there maybe till like 11:30, and then or to 12. Then you head to the club Playa Chica, which is the main place where most people go. So yeah, so typically you go to Rumba, get maybe sometimes you get some food there, you get some drinks, just pregame before you head to the club. There's sort of places outside people can go. Some people actually go party in, go all the way to Puerto Plata and party, which is about 20 minutes away. But I rather just stay around Sosua. There's enough to do for you not to worry about it. There's also another club right around Sosua. It's not a big small place. It's called Blue, I think Blue Moon or Blue something, but Blue Ice or something like that. But and it's nice. On Saturdays they actually have like strippers that just go in there and perform, and you can throw some ones. So that's also another option over there. But again, I will recommend visiting Sosua. It's an amazing place. It's fun. I know there's a lot of talk recently about possibly the beach closing, and because there's a beach right there that they have a lot of bars and restaurants and everything, and there's been a lot of controversy behind that because supposedly the government is trying to like lease a part of the beach to a port, so for people that come there, and I guess the new mayor is trying to like clean up the town because of so much of the prostitution that's going on, but I don't think that's ever gonna stop. I think they'll be talking about that for a while. But yeah, but regardless of that, things are still open. You can still have a good time. The last time I was there, it was a hurricane, so we kind of got shut down for a couple of days. But again, I recommend this city. It's a beautiful place to visit. You see what I'm talking about when you get there. There's so much to do in terms of just your day to day. But I wanted to do this video because I know a lot of people have questions, and I know somebody's gonna have more questions regarding certain things I might not mention on this video. But if you do, please don't forget, just leave a comment in the bottom, and I'll definitely respond to you. I'm very good at responding quick, so just leave a comment and ask me any questions, and I'll answer it. And also, to support the channel, if you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Please, I appreciate it. That will help. It will help the channel very much. I got a few trips coming up that will be also great ones. I won't tell you where I'm going, but just subscribe. You will see. You know what I mean? And make sure you hit that notification bell so you can get update whenever I put new videos in. Okay? Thank you, and see you on the next video.